Be intentional this year. As you come to a place where you recognize that your faith is the most valuable thing that you possess, be intentional about prioritizing it. The way that Jude says it is this: contend for the faith. Contend for the faith. The Greek word is agonizomai. I don't normally share Greek words with you guys. And especially ones that are really hard to pronounce like this, because inevitably I'm going to mess it all up. But agonizomai is an important word because we get the English word agonize from this word. And so what Jude is saying is you need to, when it comes to your faith, you need to agonize, you need to struggle, you need to defend, you need to fight. You need to put all of your effort, focus, and energy into your relationship with God. This is what he's saying. To contend for the faith, and this is in the middle voice, which means that the subject is doing the action to itself. Sometimes when this is exposited, sometimes what we get is you need to fight against everybody else on the outside, right? You need to fight out there. He's saying you need to fight in here. You need to fight in here. You need to contend with yourself. You need to contend with the old nature. You need to pour your whole effort, focus, and energy into your relationship with God. You need to prioritize it above and over all things. In other words, don't make your faith a value in your life. Make your faith the value in your life. And the truth is this, like, you guys know I've had the opportunity to serve God as a leader for a lot of years. I can tell you that probably the majority of Christians, they put their faith in a compartment. They put their faith in a compartment. It is a value in their life. And a value is better than no value, don't get me wrong. But it's not just supposed to be a value. It's not just supposed to reside or be resident or sit within a compartment in your life. It's not as if you look at your life and your life is a pie chart and you have all these things in your life that compose your life. You've got the faith compartment, you've got the work compartment, you've got the hobby compartment, you've got the family compartment. That's not how it works. There may be different roles that you have in your life, but the thing that sets above them and influences all of them is your faith. Your faith is supposed to be primary in every aspect and role of your life. You say, well, how do I do that practically? What does it look like? Because sometimes people think this, well, I've got my faith compartment, and so that means I come on Sunday morning from time to time, maybe once or twice a month. I've got my Bible, maybe I'll read it from time to time. I do a little praying, and so this is how I satisfy the fulfillment, or this is how I look to fulfill the requirements of that compartment. And that's such an unbiblical viewpoint and perspective to have of your faith. No, your faith is supposed to influence everything in your life. When it comes to your work, you remember that you worship God at work by living a life of gospel character. You worship God at work by being a light for Jesus Christ. Like, you remember that God has divinely placed you there so that you can live in a way that gives him honor and glory. So that people in your life look at you and say, listen, everyone else lies and manipulates and cheats. Why don't you do that? Hey, don't you know that if you just make some adjustments here and there, and yeah, it's lying, or it's a little white lie, or you're just fudging, or it's a gray area, you could get so much more out of this deal. And those moments where you have those are moments where you have the opportunity to say, I can't do that. I won't do that because I have a different set of values. I have a different set of values that drive me. Christians should be the absolute best employees to have because they operate by a set of values that aren't worldly. The people in the world may say, well, I'll hold to my values as long as the outcome benefits me. But we're not outcome-oriented people. We are God-honoring people who orient ourselves around godly values.